People always ask, what are my 5 favorite cocktails? So today I thought it would be fun to make my 5 top cocktails according to me from lightest to strongest. So stick around and that's what we're going to do next. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Florida Rum Explorer. I'm Brian, and today we're going to talk about my 5 top rum cocktails. People ask me all the time, Brian, what are your favorites? And these are what I typically go for. I like to have a nice little representation of very light and refreshing up to ones that are a little more robust. But we're going to start off with the lightest up to the most robust. And number 1 is a very simple one, probably one of the granddaddies of all, and it's a daiquiri, a real true daiquiri. Not one of those sickeningly sweet strawberry concoctions or banana concoctions, but the one that was developed in the early 1900s in the town of Daiquiri, Cuba. It's a very simple one, so all we're going to do is we're going to take a cocktail shaker filled with ice, and we are going to grab our measure, and then we are going to do 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup. 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup. I almost did 1.5 ounces there. All right, boop. 1 ounce of lime juice. One ounce of lime juice, right in there, and then 2 ounces of light rum. Now, of course, the recipe originally was done with Cuban rum, but good luck getting that here in the United States. So we are going to go with Cruisin' rum. This is made in St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands. So 2 ounces of light rum. Okay. Put the rum over there. Put the top on our shaker. Give it a shake. All right, shaken enough. Going to take a glass with ice in it already, and then we are going to pour it in there. Like I said, a very simple cocktail, probably one of the simplest ones to make. You garnish it with a slice of lime, like that, and there you go. This is a real daiquiri. So again, nothing strawberry, nothing banana flavored, just lime juice, simple syrup, and rum. Very simple one to make. And trust me, it's very refreshing, especially on a hot summer day. But a very good one. I recommend it, and hopefully you all will like it too. All right, so what's the second one? The second one is probably my favorite of all time. And I love making this one. And we've done this before on the channel, but I want to do it again because it's in top 5. And it is going to be a Mai Tai. We are going to do the traditional Trader Vic's Mai Tai, which was developed back in like the 40s. And it's very similar to the daiquiri, but it's got a few extra ingredients in there. So we are going to take 1 ounce of our light rum. Again, we're using Cruisin' Silver here. Pour that in there into our shaker with ice in it already. 1 ounce of dark rum. I'm just going to use, while we're on the Cruisin' kick, I'm going to use the Cruisin' dark rum. Okay, so we got 2 ounces of rum in there now. Now we're going to add 1/2 ounce of lime juice. With 1/2 ounce of lime juice, 1/2 ounce of orange curacao, so it's orange curacao, okay, and then 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. And you really need to measure this because this is a perfectly balanced cocktail. So the measurements are very important. So when I say 1/4 ounce of simple syrup, and then the secret ingredient, orgeat syrup. So you're going to do a quarter of an ounce, or a quarter of an ounce of orgeat syrup. So that just goes in there as well. So again, we got 1 ounce light rum, 1 ounce dark rum, half an ounce of lime juice, half an ounce of orange curacao, 1/4 ounce of simple syrup, and 1/4 ounce of orgeat. Cap that off and give it a shake. That's good enough. And so then we're going to take our glass with ice in it, right here, and we are going to strain into the glass. Okay. And just like the daiquiri, we are going to garnish with a lime. Like that. So there. So that is a proper Mai Tai. Again, kind of like with the daiquiri, there's nothing crazy in there. There's no fake colors, no fake juices or powders or anything. It's just fresh juices, good quality rum, and some simple syrup and orgeat. This is my favorite cocktail. I love this one. Oh my God, and you know, I just can't describe it. It's absolutely delicious. And it's sort of like a daiquiri, but just amped up a little bit. I recommend it. If you never actually had a real Mai Tai, I recommend making one. I think you're going to really enjoy it. So that's number 2. So we got the daiquiri, we got the Mai Tai, and we're going to go into number 3 now. Okay, so what's my number 3 top cocktail? It's one that I think is probably the unofficial cocktail of Miami. It actually was created in Cuba, another Cuban creation. But this one you've probably heard of course. It's going to be a Mojito. And a Mojito is another very light, very refreshing cocktail. Traditionally, it's served in a Collins glass. I don't have a Collins glass, so I'm going to use a double old-fashioned glass, which just coincidentally holds the same amount of liquid by volume. So we're going with a Collins old-fashioned glass, double old-fashioned glass. So you're going to take 3 lime sprigs, or lime leaves rather. Drop them into the bottom. So use fresh lime, obviously. Set that aside, don't need it plant anymore. Take a muddler, like this, and you're going to muddle those leaves up. You really want to get in there and kind of tear them apart, release those oils that's in the lime. Do it for maybe a good 30 seconds. Now there's a couple ways of doing this. I've seen recipes that call for using raw sugar. I've seen recipes that call for using simple syrup. We're going to go the simple syrup route because I like that a little bit better. I think it, obviously it dissolves easier into the liquid. So now we're going to take half an ounce of simple syrup. So, and wow, you can really smell that mint coming up out of there. So half an ounce of simple syrup. Pour that in there. And then we're going to do 2 ounces of light rum. So we're going to go back to our cruising rum, our cruising light. One, 2, 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. So here's our lime juice. Three-quarters of an ounce of lime juice. Now we're going to add ice to it. Okay. Add ice, and then, whoops, you're going to top off the remainder of the cocktail with club soda. Little spillage there. So you're going to top it off the rest with club soda. Pull out your swizzle stick. Clean that up a little bit. Pull out your swizzle stick. Give it a little stir. Incorporate all those wonderful ingredients. That way. Again, now, so how do you garnish this? You can garnish it with a couple more mint sprigs on top of it. I'm not going to do that. But hey, while we're at, let's go ahead and garnish with a lime. Okay? So there you go, a Mojito. Again, if you notice, they all kind of have the same look to it, that kind of golden, light golden yellowish color to them. That's that's just the fact that we're using very light rums right now. Nothing really robust, but oh my God, that's another refreshing one right there. You can order this at the pool by a pool in Miami, and just chill out, not worry about your troubles. All right, number four. Number four is a classic. It's actually from Barbados, and it's a very simple one. And so what you're going to do, it's a Dark and Stormy. Now, Dark and Stormy is kind of like a rum and coke almost, because you're using ginger beer. Well, that's not really rum and coke, but you're using ginger beer, and you're going to use Gosling's Black Seal rum, or maybe a black rum. And so it's got to be Gosling's. The original recipe called for Barrett's. Gosling's has come out with their own ginger beer, but I'm going to stick with the original recipe. So we are going to take our measure and do six ounces of ginger beer, which coincidentally is half a can. I'm going to do 3 measures of ginger beer. Okay, put ginger beer away, and then you're going to take 2 ounces of the Gosling's Black Seal rum, and we're going to pour it down on top there. Oh, damn it! You're supposed to float it on top. So I'm going to take my bar spoon. Not doing a very good job. I'm spilling everywhere. Okay, not the best floating job I've ever done. But let me put the top back on the Gosling so I don't spill it, because I'm spilling everything else. And then you serve it with a lime wedge, or you garnish it with a lime wedge, like that. So there you have it. That is a Dark and Stormy. You want to also serve it with a swizzle stick, like that, so that when a person gets it, they can mix it up. Like that. When it kind of looks like tea. Very simple drink. Oh, another refreshing one. You get that hint of ginger shooting through there. Very, very strong ginger flavor. This is kind of an unofficial cocktail of Annapolis, Maryland. If you've ever been up there, when they do their little yacht show with the boats coming down Ego Alley in the Annapolis Harbor, everybody sits there with Dark and Stormies and watches the yachts go by. Dark and Stormy, my number 4 cocktail. Okay, so now we're on to cocktail number 5, my 5th top cocktail. And there's no way I could do a top 5 cocktails without doing the Don Beach Classic. So this is a Don the Beachcomber one from the 1930s, 1940s, and it's his take on the Navy Grog. It's a pretty robust cocktail. That's why I'm saving it to last. So let me scoot these over out of the way a little bit. Saving it to last. And for this one, you're going to take 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. Where's my shaker? You need to do this in a shaker too. So 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. Okay. 3/4 of an ounce of grapefruit juice. Don Beach had an interesting flavor profile in his. He relied a lot on grapefruit juice in a lot of his cocktails. So this is freshly squeezed red grapefruit juice. Okay. 3/4 of an ounce of honey mix. Now this is a simple syrup made with honey. So if you need to make it, you just take equal parts honey, equal parts water, put it into a saucepan, bring it up to a simmer until the honey is completely dissolved, and then you are going to let it cool down, and then pour it into a bottle and use it for your cocktails. So 3/4 of an ounce of honey mix. Okay. Now 1 ounce of, here's where the rums come in. There's 3 ounces of rum in here. So 1 ounce of light rum. So I'm going to use my cruising rum. This is my go-to for light rums. I like it. It's inexpensive. Has a nice mild flavor. 1 ounce of dark Jamaican rum. Now for this, I'm going to use Myers. I like the funk that Myers has, the good Jamaican funk. I could have used my Appleton, but I think the Myers has the more robust flavor. That works better with this recipe. So 1 ounce of dark Jamaican rum. And then here's the kicker. 1 ounce of Demerara rum. This is overproof rum. This is 151 proof rum. This is one that really knocks it into the stratosphere. 1 ounce of that. I'm almost out of this, and I'm out of it. So I've got just about 1 ounce in there. Okay, put that in there. Dead soldier. All right, and then finally 1 ounce of club soda. That goes in there, like that. Shake it up. Strain into a glass. Actually on there. Ow! Off another. Just cut myself. All right, strain into a glass. Like that. Garnish with a lime. Okay, and there you go. You can kind of see the color of that. Kind of like a light tea color. Very interesting aroma. And I'll tell you, it's a complex cocktail. You may not actually find many bars that know how to make this one. But like I said, I had to include the Don Beach one in this list. Navy Grog is probably my favorite that he made. And so there you go. It's a good cocktail. It's a very strong cocktail. Not as light as the others, but very, very enjoyable and a different flavor profile than what most people are used to. So there you go. Those are my top 5 rum cocktails, listed in order of lightest to most robust. I think any one of these you will enjoy, and give them a go. And until next time, take care, y'all.